Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today it's not going to be my usual video, but I will take you with me to a call that I will have with Maria Andersen. She's a content creator, a crypto investor, and we are going to discuss over Zoom about the best country to live in if you are a crypto investor. Basically a zero tax capital gain country. So stay with me and let's go. Maria, hi.
Hello, Alex.
Thank you very much for this invitation. And I'm here to reply to all your questions. As you know, I've been more than 15 years into fintech, business in general.
Thank you so much. Also, today I want us to talk more about crypto gains to help those guys who are future crypto millionaires, billionaires, even maybe, right? Because this is our goal. I want to save money, not only my personal money, but people's money also. Why not? We all deserve it, right?
Absolutely.
So Alex, tell us a couple of words about yourself for those guys who don't know you yet.
Okay, yeah. So I've been in fintech for more than 15 years. I'm an approved person by the FSA in London and FSB in New Zealand. And I dedicate the most of my time figuring out which are the best jurisdiction for developing your business and your financial project. So I done myself the most of the things I'm usually talking about, and I decide to help other people to achieve same target I achieved in my life. I share sort of my experience about which jurisdiction is the best to open that specific, to apply for that specific license, or which jurisdiction is the best to live in if you are in this particular business, or where is easier to go and where is easier to get residency, and everything is based on my experience. I talk about things that I've done myself, and I clearly know what works and what does not work in real life.
Yeah.
And this is basically the difference comparison with the tons of other consultants around that probably never had any license or any experience. So I always talk about my personal experience, something what I've done myself before I suggest to anybody else.
I know that you have lived in the most powerful financial capitals of the world, such as London, Hong Kong, Singapore, Moscow, Dubai. Did I miss anything? Tell me.
Yeah, well, I'm Italian myself, and I relocated to London when I was a kid. So I grew up in London and I studied in London. And after I had the possibility to travel the world and have visiting and have been living in all the city you mentioned, and have been developing and doing a lot of business in the fintech and tech fin sphere.
That's cool, really cool. Okay, Alex, a lot of guys are watching us now. Let's, for example, describe a problem of a regular person who made maybe a couple of millions of dollars from crypto, and now he wants or she wants to move somewhere to
relocate somewhere else.
Relocate here to save this money, not to pay these crazy taxes like 30 or even 50% like here in Europe, where it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, so I know about Europe. Thanks God I left long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, we all love Europe. It's nothing personal, right? Nothing personal.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I know the situation how it is in Europe, and obviously it's not so easy. When it comes about the best jurisdiction in terms of tax, etc., we need to understand, and we need to do a sort of scheme where we can classify different things, Now, if the people watching us are people who invested and did some money into crypto and looking for some best jurisdiction to relocate.
Yeah.
So I try. They have to figure it out first of all. I mean, there are lots of jurisdictions that offer free tax on capital gain. So I will just try to explain to not be too boring and too legal.
You are
so
not
basically, so basically, there are two types of taxation. One is a corporate tax or profit tax. So basically, if you are a company, is the revenue minus all the costs. So basically, if you invoice 1 million, you spend 500,000, then your net revenue is 500,000, and you get taxed on that 500,000.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And there is another type of tax, what is called capital gain tax. That is a tax on the value of your asset. So basically, you buy this mag today for £1 and you resell for £10, then you have the 9 what is going to be taxed as capital gain. Now I did the example of the mag, but image this is your token or stocks or whatever other asset.
Yeah.
So there are these two types of tax. So the first step, what I would do if I would be one of the followers, I would have 2 million in crypto. I was looking at which jurisdiction in the world offering zero capital gain tax, because in the most jurisdiction, crypto is considered as an asset. So the profit from the crypto goes as assets, same as real estate, same as precious metal, same as stocks, etc. And after, I will see which one is the best jurisdiction for me, because many people are asking which one is the best jurisdiction to live in. So sometimes I can't really answer. I can say, look, the zero tax jurisdiction in this case are Hong Kong, Singapore, Emirates, New Zealand, and many of offshore islands, Cayman, Bahamas, etc. Now, there are some options to get a better taxation in Europe as well. I mean, geographically Europe. The UK, for example, is one option. Channel Island between UK and France as well offers some kind of interesting solution. In Europe, Estonia has as well some kind of benefit where they're going to combine, and the total taxation is quite low. If you really want to operate in the crypto sphere and you really are an investor, and I guess that after you want to reuse that capital, what you gain, to invest in different stocks or to do diversification or to re-enter the crypto market, or maybe to take a part off to buy real estate or whatever you want to do, it's need to draw a plan of what exactly you want to do. If you combine doing a business, paying a reasonable tax, and have a certain lifestyle, then your choice is between 6 jurisdictions from my point of view.
Oh, interesting.
So UK, UAE, Singapore, Hong Kong, New Zealand, or United States. So here again, which one is the best? It really depends. Some people does not like to live in the United States. Some people love the United States. Some people think New Zealand is too far. Some people love to live in down under island. Some people like Dubai and they have no any problem with their local culture. Some people have difficulty because it's too hard or because they don't like the local culture or whatever. Some people love Asia. Some people hate Asia. Some people, I mean, nothing connected with any type of discrimination. Just
personal,
how the people personal. Some people feel better in Judea, or maybe have a better connection in a specific country. So you have to figure it out which one is the best between this jurisdiction.
United States is also okay, right?
So it depends where. California, it's
crazy. I would never wish that.
But we see Nevada or Wyoming or Florida have a better deal, let's say like this. And it also depends, sometimes it also depends from your lifestyle. For example, you have to consider also how much does it cost to rent or to live in that specific country,
Yeah,
or what
sure.
are the other tax. For example, if you relocate to UAE, yes, it's true there is zero tax, but there is a certain license fee, what you pay according to which your business you do and which office you have, and etc. etc. So maybe you may end up paying $10,000 a year, and as a fixed cost. That if you do $1 million, it's fine. If you're doing $50,000, maybe it's too much. So it really depends, and also depends which lifestyle you want to go and how much is your monthly budget. Because if you live in Dubai, it's quite expensive. Same if you live in Singapore or in Hong Kong. So you need to understand what is exactly what you like to do. I don't know, you like to play golf, or you like to see opera, or you like, I mean, there are a lot of things that are out of my legal advising you about what is the best from point of view of legal, or from point of view of economical or tax or whatever. There's certain things that people have to decide themselves and have to figure it out which is the best jurisdiction for them, and understand where they really want to relocate. So typically is the way around. So the people already have dreamed to move to the States or dream to move to Dubai. Now Dubai is very hot, much more than before, and there is also a lot of interesting opportunity. I post a lot of video on my channel about doing business in Dubai, relocate to Dubai. So it's very interesting, but it's not for everybody. Some people really love Asia, and they have no problem to relocate to Singapore or Hong Kong, or even down under island as New Zealand. It's fine, and they really love, and so that they take this opportunity to go in a country that can offer a very interesting capital gain tax.
What is your favorite 3 countries, for example, and cities?
Well, okay. So my best 4 cities are London, Moscow, Dubai, and Hong Kong. I love the vibes of the city, and I like the 24/7 operation. And in this city, I can find whatever I want at any time of the day, and 365 days a year. And it's basically the city where I live the most. When we come about the best country to do business, in my point of view, is like UAE, the UK, Singapore, and Hong Kong. They offer the best business-friendly atmosphere, and the taxes are not too high. The legislation is very protective, etc., etc. When we talk about your followers, we need to understand if they are just as person, or if makes sense for them to open a company, an holding company, maybe where they can have all their assets. What is the best jurisdiction? Where you want to relocate? Makes sense for you to do a company or not? And to answer all this question, you should understand what is your next target, where you want to go. Do you want to do a business? It could be just a business that owns different assets, stocks, crypto, real estate, pressure metal, whatever. It's not my favorite, but there are also some watch that are very interested. Investment or real estate or cars that take value with the time. I like more digital assets. So my favorite, it's stocks, cryptos, and ETFs. As an investor, I like to invest in this, and obviously private equity if I see that there are a very promising startup. As regard real estate and watches and cars, etc., it's fine. I think that it's quite difficult to find a good deal, but it's possible. But it's not for me, because I move non-stop between different countries, and I mean it's quite complicated
to take with your
cars, to take with your cars, or to look after a flat. Or I mean, I know for experience that maybe you can find a good deal, you can buy piece of real estate in the UK, but after when you stay 6 months away, it's a problem to manage. I don't know, in Russia as well, there are some interesting opportunity for new project, etc. You can really do maybe 10% per year if you find a good deal. But again, the time consuming and the net profit after you pay the property tax, and if you're not there, you need to pay a management company, etc., etc. Maybe if you're lucky, can end up to be 5-6%. 5-6%, honestly, with stocks or crypto or ETFs, I can do without putting any effort. I mean, in crypto, I can just stocking them. ETF does at least 10% a year. Same with stocks. I mean, if you pick the biggest, I mean, for example, Russian market, you can do easy 10% if you pick the dividend season.
Emerging markets.
You enter the right, and then you enter in the right moment. Or big American stocks, there is a lot of opportunity to have at least 10% per year. So when you compare with that, I find that I like much more the digital asset. I'm not a trader. I'm long-term investor. So that's why I like to diversify between the crypto, gold, stocks, ETFs. I do mostly American stocks, British stocks, Russian stocks, and Chinese stocks.
We can talk about investing for hours, I guess. Tell me a little bit about your company.
I guess you refer to the Astors, and we are basically a service provider. So as I mentioned before, we offer all type of service in the top jurisdiction, UK, UAE, Singapore, and Hong Kong. So whatever you need in terms of opening a business, apply for license, accounting, bookkeeping, and any assistant for residency or real estate, we can basically make everything for you. That is our main service. We are focused on entrepreneurs,
maybe YouTubers too.
YouTubers, of course. I mean, YouTubers, it's a bonus. I mean, nowadays, whatever business you are in, you should be in YouTube and social. And
so maybe one day you will help me to relocate somewhere from Europe, right?
Absolutely. There is lots of option. There is lots of option for you, and depends also on the money you want to spend and where you want to live. Maybe Singapore, maybe Hong Kong, maybe Dubai. It depends how you feel.
I just want to keep my money, saved. I don't want to give to the government those 50%. I'm sorry, government. I love you, but not so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there is a lots of option. I mean, between this jurisdiction, what is the difference? For example, the UAE are offering a very interesting program if you want to relocate, and is easier than Hong Kong and Singapore. And also Hong Kong and Singapore have corporate tax about 16%, and they have no capital gain tax. While in Emirates, there is no capital gain tax, no corporate tax. You just pay a fixed amount every year according to the type of business, according to which free zone you incorporate your company, how many employees you have. So you pay
interesting.
A fixed amount. Doesn't really matter. You do 1 million or 10 million, then you pay the same amount. And also it's very comfortable. It's not too far. For Europe to go to Asia, it's I think 12 hours at least, 11, depends where you fly from, but it's 11 to 13 hour flight to go to Hong Kong or Singapore, while Dubai is almost like 6 hours.
What will you suggest personally for me, for example? I'm as a YouTuber, as an investor, I want to start my business. I want to relocate somewhere. I don't want to stay in Europe here. Which of these 3-4 countries would you recommend me?
I think it's very interesting for you to relocate to Dubai. It's not too far from Europe. And it's a very interesting jurisdiction, because you can really benefit from many things. You can just pay flat tax, and you can really focus on developing your own business. You are a content creator, basically. So basically, you can sell your service through this company and benefit from a very favorable tax in the Emirates. And at the same time, you can enjoy a city that offers basically everything in terms of restaurants,
it's gorgeous.
In terms of entertainment, in terms of, I guess you was many times, so you saw what I'm talking about. And it's not too far, so you can always fly back to Europe or to Russia or to wherever you want to fly to. It's not too far. With 5 to 7 hours, you can reach any destination in Europe.
Well, I'm thinking about Singapore also, because I love this place.
Nice as well. It's a bit more complicated comparison with Dubai to obtain the residency, because it depends which passport you hold at the moment when you apply, and there are some for each passport, for each nationality, there are a specific amount of visa what can be issued every year. So this is one of the first things, and after it may be a bit more difficult in terms of setting up companies, and may ending up to take a bit more time. In terms of cost, the setup is cheaper, definitely, in comparison with Dubai, because in Singapore, you need to have a local director, but it's quite easy to go around all those things, and you can maybe start with definitely less than $10,000. So it's going to be cheaper than in Dubai. Corporate tax is around 17%, but you have a lot of exemption for the first 3 years. So there is a lot to play around. It's a different scheme, but obviously we need to dig inside, as I always suggest to all my clients. And if you're watching this video, you know, I always suggest to jump into one-to-one call with me and have a personal consultation on the specific case. So I can leave a link in the description so you can check out. And I will let you know how I will going to help Maria and where I will take her. Dubai or Singapore, stay with us.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Thank you, Alessandro. Thank you so much for this interview. Hope to see you soon on my channel too.
Thank you very much for this invitation, and see you soon.